Welcome to Minleon's RGB Mini Controller Instruction Manual from your provider of cutting-edge LED lighting products. Table of Contents: Mini Controller Features and Uses, Parts and Connections, Outdoor Installation, Controlling the Lights, the built-in effects, Remote Control Operation, Mini Controller Operation, Connecting Lights, Power Considerations, Questions and Resources. Features: Minleon's Mini Controller is a simple-to-use, powerful RGB light controller used for displaying effects on a single string, tube, or bar of RGB lights, up to a maximum of 500 lights. Control multiple strings of lights with accessories that allow for thousands of lights to be connected. 23 built-in effects such as twinkle, chasing, and wipes. Select colors and effects by remote control. A USB port allows live control via PC using Minleon's Light Show Pro software. And the Mini Controller remembers the last effect used after powering off the controller. Uses: holiday decor, special events, scenic and decor lighting, sporting events, storefront attraction, and mobile installations. Parts and connection: 1. The Mini Controller. 2. The Mini Controller remote control. 3. The 1.5 amp 12 volt DC power supply. 4. The light spacer cable, which is optional. And 5. The Minleon RGB lights. Outdoor installation: when mounting the controller outside, ensure it is mounted from the hook eye with the power socket and USB port facing downward. If the USB port is not being used, engage the silicone cap. Controlling the lights: Minleon's lights can be controlled by either a 12-key remote control, which allows you to select up to 3 alternating colors and to select from any of the 23 built-in effects, or from the Mini Controller device itself, with its 2-button functionality allowing you to select from any of the 23 built-in effects, but it does not allow you to choose colors. The preferred operating method is using the 12-key remote control. The built-in pre-programmed effects: there are 23 built-in effects to choose from. Effects 1 through 14 are fixed color effects. Effects numbered 15 through 23 are the flex color effects, allowing the user to choose on-the-fly colors via the 12-key remote control. All effects are detailed on the following slide. Favorite colors and effects: the 12-key remote allows users to save, store, and retrieve their 4 favorite flex color effects via keys E1 through E4, and you can change your favorites at will, anytime. The built-in Mini Controller light effects: take note of the fixed color effects on the left column, 1 through 14. On the right side of the screen, you notice the flex color effects, the ones the user defines through the colors, buttons C1 through C3 on the remote control, and the factory favorites at the bottom, buttons E1 through E4 on the remote control. Using the remote functions: the Mini Controller remote has 12 keys. Its features allow full control of your RGB lights. Select your colors, then select your effects. After the power button are the color selection buttons, C1, C2, and C3. Press and hold to scroll through the color wheel. Release the button to select your color. Buttons E1 through E4 are the popular effects: solid, twinkle, fading, and chasing. S allows you to select the speed. FX allows you to scroll through the effects. FX goes to effect 1, and the down arrow and the up arrow allow you to go up and down numerically through the effects listed on the previous screen. Using the remote functions continued. Step 1. Setting the number of lights on the controller. This is important to learn when connecting additional strings to the strings already connected to your mini controller. 1. After all the lights are connected together and powered on, then press and hold the power button. After a second, all the lights will turn a single color. Press up arrow to increase the number of lights connected. Press down arrow to decrease the number of lights connected. Notice a blue light move from the end of the light string. This shows you how many lights you are selecting to control. Press and release power to engage your selection. Step 2. Selecting your colors and effect. Color selection. Individually press and hold C1, C2, and C3 to set your desired colors from the color wheel. If you only desire 2 color, select the bulb off position as you scroll through the color wheel for the third bulb. If you simply desire a single color, select the bulb off position as you scroll through the color wheel for the second and third bulbs. Effect selection. Individually press either E1, E2, E3, or E4. For more effects, press the FX button to access all 23 effects listed on slide 8 in their listed order. Using the controller functions, a secondary method to control the lights. The mini controller has several basic and advanced functions that allow you to take full control of your lights. Play button plays the next effect. If held down, turns the power off and saves effect for the next power up. Press to turn the lights back on. The speed button adjusts speed of effects across 5 levels. The 12-volt DC power socket, the light plug, and the USB port, which allows the mini controller to be connected to a computer for direct control via MINLEON'S Light Show Pro software or to modify the controller's effects. Ensure the supplied USB cover is in place if not being used. Connecting lights. The Minleon mini controller can connect and control up to 500 Minleon RGB lights, or thousands of lights if grouped together using additional Minleon accessories, i.e. T-ways, spacer cables, and a signal amplifier. Minleon RGB lights have a female plug at the end, so additional RGB lights can be connected. These can be any type of compatible Minleon RGB lights. For example, you could have a string of C9 RGB and then connect a string of C7 RGB to have 2 different types of lights connected to one mini controller. Always disconnect power before adding or removing lights. Power considerations. The mini controller will allow up to 125 Minleon RGB lights to be connected and controlled using the Minleon 5 amp power supply. The controller is shipped with a 1.5 amp power supply that can run a load of approximately 50 Minleon RGB lights. When adding additional Minleon RGB lights, the power supply must be increased. For every additional Minleon RGB light added, 0.035 amps of load must be added. You can buy additional power supplies and power injectors from your local Minleon distributor in a range of sizes. Methods for connecting additional power. Replace the current power supply with a larger power supply, or add additional power supplies using T-ways. Reference Minleon's accessory guide. Questions? Please email minleonusa@live.com and reference this presentation. We encourage you to view these related tutorials: the accessory guide, light design wire management, safety and troubleshooting guide, the software guide, and the warranty product specs guide. Thank you for your interest in Minleon RGBs.